In this video, I'm gonna show you how I was able to go from having a skinny, shrimp, basically fucking sidekick build to a strong, powerful, and aesthetic physique, like a fucking anime villain. When I was younger, I never really thought that much about how my body looked or what it was capable of doing. I was always into anime and superheroes, so being active, playing sports, and training were a regular thing for me. I literally remember putting on Dragon Ball Z and Naruto AMVs. If you know what an AMV is, shout out to you. I remember putting those on and like busting out hella push-ups and sit-ups in my grandma's house. And this kept me pretty fit when I was younger, but I was still pretty skinny. I lacked confidence and I didn't feel that powerful. Little did I know how serious I would start taking my training and the sick transformation that lied ahead. When I actually started to lock in on training to build muscle, get stronger, and get more athletic overall, this is when I started to level up in my physique and my physical competence. I started viewing myself differently, I started viewing the world differently, and I actually started to see myself as a champion in doing these physical activities. I started to see myself as an elite athlete, a formidable opponent, a warrior, and I started feeling like one of those badass anime fucking anti-hero characters who like aren't the villain, but they're not really like the hero. My mentality started to shift. Now every time I walk into any environment, even though I'm not huge, I'm literally a small dude, people can literally feel the presence of somebody who's formidable. Like, I feel like a vigilante, like that I'm hiding my super suit under my clothes, waiting for a threat to just unleash my fucking true power. It's actually sick. Even better, I was able to do all this, build muscle, while remaining lean, athletic, and healthy. I'm saying all this to hopefully inspire you to do the same thing. And if you're feeling pretty inspired, good, because now I can actually teach you how to do it yourself. So I'm gonna break down the 6 key elements I mastered to get the body and physical powers I have today, to show you that you can do the same thing and become your own anime character who's a threat in any environment that you walk in. And not even just for that, so that you can feel better about yourself, so that you can feel confident in your abilities physically. The first element you need to master for your physical enhancement is you need strength and you need to build muscle. To do this, I recommend doing compound lifts. Compound lifts are strength movements that require you to use multiple muscle groups at the same time. Not only do they help target the specific muscle group for the exercise, but they also challenge the core and the full body. These are necessary if you want to get stronger, because they're going to allow you to build a solid foundation of muscle and strength that you can then optimize with other exercises and training. You need a foundation, because without all that, all the other work you're doing will not bring you the amazing results that you're looking for. When I first got started into training for muscle and strength, my main focus was compound lifts. And this is how I was able to build such a solid foundation for muscle growth later on. The fact that I built this foundation basically physically enhanced me so that I can get amazing results from all my other training. Also, whatever types of training I decided to do or I decide to do, I can learn quickly and progress at it quickly because I have a strong foundation. Some examples of some of the compound lifts I would recommend are barbell squats for the quads and the glutes, barbell Romanian deadlifts for the hamstrings and the glutes, dumbbell bench press for the chest and the triceps, dumbbell rows for the back, and pull-ups for the back and the biceps. Also push-ups for the chest and the triceps. These are very basic compound movements, but if you execute these exercises consistently with proper form and challenge yourself by increasing the reps or increasing the weight almost every workout, these alone will build you a solid frame of muscle and strength. Like, I kid you not. I always do the basics. I always stick to the basics, and then I add on other shit after. These are essentials. If you were to just do these while increasing intensity as you go, you would see the massive increases in strength and noticeable changes in your body. This is the power of compound lifts. Having strength and muscle are useless if you aren't able to utilize that power in other forms of movement. Think about every top tier anime character or superhero. They're strong, they have muscle, but they're also explosive, quick, agile, and just all around athletic as fuck. To help you do this yourself, you need to incorporate athletic movements in your training program, and that leads us to the second element you need to cultivate is athletic ability. A big part of the reason why I'm able to stay so lean and athletic is because my training is not just lifting weights and basic cardio like all these other fucking unathletic dudes in the gym. My workouts are to push me in all ways I can evolve physically. Doing athletic movements often like running, sprinting, jumping, and striking keep my body constantly improving, burning fat, and getting stronger. Doing athletic movements challenges different energy systems in your body rather than just lifting weights. Not only that, but the stress and physical demand you put on your body is different, which will cause different adaptation. For example, sprinting, which is an athletic movement, is going to challenge your body differently than lifting weights, which is going to challenge you differently than jumping or running long distance. With diversifying your training like this, not only will you be able to become a superhuman athlete, but will teach your body to use all its different energy systems more effectively, aka burn more fat. Athletic movements I recommend incorporating in your training if you want to be a warrior are sprinting, explosive jumps, and also striking, like fight training on a punching bag, as well as longer distance running. After developing a solid foundation with compound lifts and athletic training, you need to start to give a lot of attention to the aesthetic accessory muscles to build on your foundation. This is like the icing on the cake, and this is the third element you need to cultivate in getting to that anime character physique. This will require you to put in extra focus on the muscles that will enhance your aesthetic appearance. When we look at anime characters or we look at superheroes with very aesthetic physiques, they all have very broad shoulders, a nice chest, and a slim waist. First, in order to get broad shoulders, you need to be doing lateral raises with dumbbells and also with cables. Also do reverse flies to hit the back shoulders to give your shoulders that very 3D looking effect. Here's a tip for making your shoulders look broader that people won't tell you. Do wide grip pull-ups. These will make your upper back wider, therefore your arms will rest further from your torso. This will make your waist appear slimmer and it will make your shoulders appear broader, which is what we want. You don't need to have a huge chest, but it needs to be well shaped and defined to really make your physique stand out. The best way to do this is with multi-directional cable flies, with the focus being on the middle cable fly the most. Also, incline bench press. This will make your chest appear more full, and the focus on the upper chest also contributes to making your shoulders look broader and your waist look smaller. Do these exercises with your compound lifts and athletic movements often, and your results will literally be fucking otherworldly. Element number 4 you need to cultivate is eating a lot of protein. This subtle change in your diet can account for a large portion of your results if implemented with your training correctly. You need to eat more protein, and you might hear that all the time, like, oh, eat more protein, but why and what does that even mean? When you work out, you aren't actually building muscle or strength. You're actually putting stress on your body and tearing it down. The only way your body can become stronger and build muscle is by recovering from that stress. If you aren't getting sufficient protein intake, your body is probably not recovering at the level it needs to be for you to see the progress that you want. Not to mention, protein has a high thermogenic effect, which means that it speeds up your metabolism and helps you burn more calories. If you eat around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or maybe even slightly more, this should be enough for your body to recover well after your intense training. Eating more protein will help you burn more fat and build more lean muscle way easier. The 5th element you need to cultivate, you have to learn what your calorie maintenance is. If you've heard the term calorie deficit or calorie surplus before, you probably can assume what calorie maintenance means. You're basically eating the same amount of calories it takes to maintain your current body weight. The reason why knowing this is important is because if you know how much you should be eating to stay at your current body weight, you'll know how much less to eat to lose weight or how much more to eat to gain weight. The method I teach to all my clients is intuitive eating. This is where you can instinctively eat the right amount of calories to lose fat, gain weight, or whatever your goal is. In order to do this instinctively, you must first learn to track your calories with help. Now, this isn't the traditional calculated macros, because the only 2 numbers you need to pay attention to are the protein and the calories. Track your calories in the app called MyFitnessPal, as well as monitor your weight every single morning, and you will start to see how many calories it actually takes you to maintain your current weight. After that, if you're looking to lose fat, eat 200 to 300 less calories than your maintenance, and then monitor your weight. You'll notice you went down slightly. This means that you're in a caloric deficit and losing weight. Same being with if you're in a caloric surplus to gain weight. Just add 200 to 300 more calories over your maintenance. Once you understand this concept and know how much to eat to maintain, gain, or lose weight, you will no longer ever have to wonder about how to diet. Then, once you get used to monitoring and tracking how much you need to eat to maintain, lose, or gain weight, you can do this intuitively without having to track by just reading the food labels of everything you eat. With that being said, if you're skinny fat, you can eat the same amount of calories or maybe even a little more than you've been eating, but your main focus should be increasing your protein intake to what I mentioned before so that your body can recompose to having more muscle than fat. For the sixth element you need to cultivate, you need to challenge yourself physically and mentally constantly. If you're a beginner implementing all these steps consistently, this will be challenging enough. But as you start to do them more consistently and make progress, don't let yourself plateau or become complacent with doing the same thing over and over again, the same weight, the same challenge over and over again. You need to consistently challenge yourself. Start incorporating other more advanced diet tactics like intermittent fasting. Start challenging yourself in different ways in your workouts, like doing drop sets or heavy weight, or doing back-to-back reps of sprints, to try to challenge your mindset and your endurance. Do different things that you can think of that will give you more of a challenging stimulus. Of course, learn the basics and master those first, but as you progress, you'll actually start seeking more challenging or beneficial ways to work out and diet if you're a true warrior. So now I have a mission for you. You need to go take action and start actually cultivating these elements, and you will see a ton of progress in getting closer to that athletic and aesthetic anime fucking superhero physique that you want. Comment if you're currently training like an athlete or looking to get into it, or if this was something helpful to you. I would love to hear from you. Other than that, make sure to like, subscribe for more dope content, and check the top link in the description to check out my community for guys who want to level up physically. Till next time.